Our next guest is a Tony Award-winning and Emmy-nominated actress you know from her work on 30 Rock, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Dickinson, and Ally McBeal. She's currently starring on Broadway as Mary Todd Lincoln in the hit play Oh, Mary, which is playing at the Lyceum Theater. Please welcome back to the show our friend Jane Krakowski, everyone. How have you been enjoying your return to Broadway?
Oh, well, I'm back on the boards.
And what a part. I mean,
Yeah.
people were thrilled when you were announced as one of the cast members. I mean, you're playing, look, Mary Todd Lincoln. And for those who don't know and haven't seen this incredible show, this Tony-winning show, you were playing a deeply inaccurate version
Yes.
of Mary Todd Lincoln.
Yes, the life of dreams of Mary Todd Lincoln as told through the lens of an idiot.
Yeah.
The genius Cola Scola.
Yeah,
She's a former cabaret star, current alcoholic.
Yeah.
Now, who does that remind you of?
Tell me your history with the show. When did you first see it?
I first saw it downtown with Cole, and I went to go see it, just because everyone was talking about it.
It was one of those shows, and I had a little bit of a worry. I don't know if you had that worry.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I saw it 3 weeks into its run, and already everyone I knew said, you can't believe it.
Yeah,
And I was worried. I'm like, you're ruining it for me.
Right.
And then it absolutely met and exceeded my expectations.
Mine too. I was blown away. But I went to see it downtown, and oddly, on the night that I was sitting only a few seats away from Steven Spielberg, Sally Field, and Tony Kushner, who did the actual factual film about Lincoln.
Yeah.
So that was a little weird.
Yeah.
But then I sat back and watched Cole's tour de force performance, and I really was just there to enjoy it. Then, like, in the middle of scene one, there's a line where Mary Todd says, "Why would I throw an entire woman down the stairs? Because it's hilarious." And I sat up going, wait a minute, that sounds like a role I might play.
It seemed like the internet was as excited about the possibility of this casting as maybe you were the night you saw it. Like, it was really, I remember when this photo first came out, there's so many people I follow were like basically posting it saying, our dream has come true.
I was so moved by it. I mean, I'm not a social media person, but I could feel the reaction to it. And I was just so blown away by it. It's been that way every night at the Lyceum Theater. Thank you, it's been sensational.
Has anything, I know you, I believe you're the sixth Mary.
Yeah.
And I think you've seen every previous iteration, is that correct?
I have,
That's really something.
yes.
So you're a fan as well as a star.
I'm a giant fan. I was like such a girl fan that like when we were rehearsal, I wanted to know why everything was made and created, which was really super fun.
Are there, even having seen it as many times as you have, were there things that surprised you about it once you started playing her?
The thing that surprised me the most was how heavy the dress actually is.
I mean, I've got to be honest, Jane, it looks heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big...
It's the size of the couch.
That's a massive,
It's a massive dress. But Cole and all the other Marys made it look like they were just flitting and flying around the stage like it was light. But what I've come to know now doing the show for a month of performances, I have bruises everywhere on my body. But I felt no pain doing the show. It must be the applause.
Applause is the best medicine.
And there's like bruises everywhere, but I didn't feel it. I hurt myself at all.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will admit there are times from Broadway shows where I'm very cognizant of how much time I've been sitting, or I wonder when this is going to wrap itself up.
Yeah.
I'm sometimes a little sad when I look and I'm like, oh, there's 3 more songs.
Yes. Yes, I know the feeling.
This show is over in a second as a viewer.
Yes.
I would imagine on stage, does it feel the same way? Does it just fly?
It absolutely flies. I mean, it's the magical 75-minute show.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I mean, once Mary comes through those doors, she doesn't really leave. So you just go on the whole ride.
It's also just such a fun, I mean, the dialogue, some of the writing is just incredible. But also, it's so fun to see an old school show where people are making just entrances and exits and slamming doors. There has to be an incredible amount of choreography for you as well.
Yeah, there was. I mean, there is. I've never done a put-in before, like where I have taken over a role, and that was a very different experience. So you really only have like one day on the set to do. You rehearse in a blank room, and then suddenly you're in the stage and you're like, oh, these are the iconic doors I've got to get this giant hoop skirt in and out of. And so that was really interesting to just be thrown in that way. But it's been a dream. I'm having the time of my life.
Great. You also have, there are audience members who, much like you, have seen the show multiple times.
Yes.
And for super fans of the show, there's a level of anticipation. They're so familiar with the script at this point.
Yes. Well, when I first got announced, there was loads of texts came through and stuff like that. But many of my friends who were Oh Mary fans that have also seen it as many times as me and seen Every Mary were texting me lines that they couldn't wait to hear my version of or how I was going to say it, which put so much pressure on me when I was like, well, how am I going to say it differently? I don't know. But I feel like every night in the show, certain audience members are waiting for those.
Yeah.
There's like some please don't drop my books like that, or Louise wants to rub ice cream on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is the one line that actually was a direct quote from Mary Todd Lincoln. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
That was the one research.
That's the one research thing. Outside of all the talented people you had seen play the part, were there any inspirations that you pulled from?
Oh, wow. Well, I wanted to use Cole as my OG Bible.
Yeah.
Even though I loved Every Mary. I mean, I got makeup pointers from Jinx. And everybody was so funny, and everybody brings so many special moments to it when they're in it. But my inspirations for Mary were Escola Cole, Keen Laura, Davis Betty, and Piggy Miss.
Oh, wow. There's a little Miss Piggy in there as well.
A little bit in there, a little bit in there.
That's really great. You obviously people are, I would imagine, waiting outside, very excited to see you after a show, interacting with somebody they've just seen on stage. Have you had moments where you've been excited to see someone in the way that people are probably so excited to see you after a show?
Wow, I'm not really a stage door person.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm trying to think though about that. I've been blown away by. Right now, there's a Broadway stage door fervor activity. I feel like
Do you feel like
Broadway
it's different
house.
than it used to be?
Totally.
Okay, gotcha.
Now there's a line of people, but I have to say what's been so lovely, and it's been helping sell the tickets too, which is incredible. But the 30 Rock fans are coming out to see the show. They're flying from across the country to come see me the show, and I've been so amazed. But they also are they're wearing T-shirts. They're showing up in Royal Tampa Academy of Dramatic Tricks T-shirts, and two people came with the problem solvers, from that episode, and or rural Europe stuff, genocide hats.
That's good. I will say the nice thing is 30 Rock tonally overlaps so nicely with Oh Mary. So I feel
they have similar.
John Krasinski did a great he was in this one-man show, and it was incredible. But it was also very dark. And after the show, and he just blew me away. And I got up and I was walking out, and there was just a 15-year-old in a Dunder Mifflin shirt.
Right.
And it was just oh, that's not what I signed up for.
Yeah.
Yours
crosses over a little bit more. It crosses over a little bit.
You grew up in New Jersey. Did you when did your love of Broadway? Did you start coming in?
Oh, very early.
Okay.
Yeah. My parents were big. They had real jobs, not like me. They had real jobs. They were a chemical engineer and a teacher, but they loved the theater, and they performed in a community theater. So I think I first went on stage with my parents when they didn't get a babysitter when I was 3 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
And they just brought you to see a show.
Apparently I was moody and backstage, and they were in the Christmas Carol, A Christmas Carol. I'm being that lady who says the Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol, and I was apparently being too moody and too loud backstage, or crying or whatever, and so they just put one of those little bonnets on my head and brought me out as an unbilled Cratchit child.
Really?
Yeah.
And the reviewer was very harsh. They were there were too many Cratchits.
What?
I did a head count.
You can't take liberties with Dickens.
You can't add a Cratchit. They have enough mouths to feed without you adding a Cratchit.
Right. But we used to come in and see every show.
That's
every
fantastic.
show. And shows like A Chorus Line or Chicago, I was so influenced by those because I was 9 or 10 and going to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw A Chorus Line like people used to see Star Wars. They'd say, I saw Star Wars 13 times. I saw A Chorus Line 13 times.
It's so fun that you're in
That's how cool I am.
But now you're in the show that is that for so many people. And I think especially from the end of your runs January 4th, this is the holiday season. I really think you're going to see that people from all over the country have been waiting to see this play. It's so lovely they're going to see you as Mary.
Yes.
And congratulations, and thank you for being back.
Oh,
it's always so great to see you.
thank you.
Jane Krakowski, everyone. Oh, Mary. playing on Broadway at the Lyceum Theater. We'll be right back.